That's it. See the graph in this petition. My respectful prayer is that the petitioner is working in the department of the respondent since 1997. Lordship. On the contingent basis, the petitioner was employed by the employers, and since 2005, he is submitting regularly the representation for the regularization. Lordship. Earlier, before this honorable court, the petitioner had presented a writ petition for the consideration of the regularization, and the honorable court has decided the earlier writ petition passed by the present petitioner with a direction to consider the case of the petitioner. But now the petitioner's grievance is that after a long delay of 1.5 years, the respondent decided the representation and dismissed the same. Please kindly see page number 52. Laxi.
बता दीजिए आपकी सर्विसेज अंशकालीन है।
Laxi.
अंशकालीन को नियमितीकरण की पात्रता किस स्कीम के अंतर्गत है, इतना बता दीजिए।
लॉर्डशिप एज पर दी सर्कुलर जो है, सर्कुलर आई हैव आल्सो प्लेस्ड सर्कुलर 7/10/2016 पेज नंबर 56 में 55 में यह है कि संविदा अंशकालीन एवं आउटसोर्सिंग के माध्यम से नियुक्त कर्मचारियों के लिए यह योजना लागू नहीं है, इनका कहना है। बट दिस सर्कुलर इज इन दी इज अगेंस्ट द प्रिंसिपल्स laid down by the honorable Supreme Court in this case. Lordship, this is reported judgment. At least minimum pay scale should be given. Lordship, our claim was that at least minimum pay should be provided to the petitioner, but
you are referring to
in page number in page number 43 53. Lordship, para number 43,
para number
in the similar cases. Lordship, this
para number कहाँ पढ़ रहे हैं?
para number 43 है Lordship.
एक मिनट रुकिएगा प्लीज।
43.1 43.2 3 4 5
जस्ट अ मिनट। We shall now venture to summarize the conclusions recorded by this court with reference to a claim of parity raised by temporary employees, differently designated as work charge, itna ad hoc, contractual and the like.
(43 and 44 में भी सीन Lordship.
44 ही देख रहे हैं
Lordship.
इसमें बताइएगा कि ये अंशकालीन के लिए अप्लाई कहाँ हो रहा है, कौन सा पैराग्राफ है, उतना बता दीजिए।
Lordship. Lordship, in the very last, this Honorable Supreme Court has
in the Uttar Pradesh Land Development Corporation is this court noticed that the respondents were employed on contract basis on a consolidated salary, but they were actually appointed to perform the work of the post of assistant engineer. This court directed the employer to pay the respondents the minimum of the regular pay scales ascribed for the post of assistant engineer. यही बोल रहे हैं
पेज नंबर 43 में Lordship, ये पूरे केसों की डिटेल विवेचना की गई है।
पढ़ लिया वो जी। आप तो मैं आपसे सिर्फ इतना रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ
सर
कि अंशकालीन के लिए कहाँ इन्होंने डायरेक्शंस दिए हैं उतना दिखा दीजिए।
अंशकालीन के लिए सर लास्ट में एकदम पेज नंबर 56 में लिखा हुआ है, एक पैरा में
पेज नंबर
55 and 56 में
क्या लिखा पढ़िए।
पेज नंबर 55 में we should also like to extract here in article 7 of the international covenant on
article 7 of international covenant on economic, social and cultural rights. Same is reproduced below जी।
फिर लास्ट में जो आया है आर्टिकल 7 ऑफ द स्टेट पार्टीज टू द प्रेजेंट कोवेनेंट रिकॉग्नाइज द राइट ऑफ एवरीवन टू द एंजॉयमेंट एंड फेवरेबल कंडीशन ऑफ वर्क व्हिच इंश्योर इन द पर्टिकुलर एज रिम्यूनरेशन व्हिच प्रोवाइड्स ऑल वर्कर्स एज मिनिमम, फिर फेयर वेजेस एंड इक्वल रिम्यूनरेशन फॉर वर्क ऑफ इक्वल वैल्यू विदाउट डिस्टिंक्शन ऑफ एनी काइंड, इन पर्टिकुलर वुमेन बीइंग गारंटेड कंडीशंस ऑफ वर्क नॉट inferior to those enjoyed by men with equal pay for equal work. Next, a decent living for themselves and their families in accordance with the provisions of the present covenant. In para number D, Lordship, rest, leisure and reasonable limitation of working hours and periodic holidays with pay, as well as remuneration for public holidays. India is signatory to the above covenant, having ratified the same on
petitioner. जी बताइए।
फिर इनका सिर्फ अपॉइंटमेंट जो है तो अंशकालीन था।
अंशकालीन में आप
7-10-16 की स्कीम इनके ऊपर नहीं एप्लीकेबल।
वो तो खुद ही कह रहे हैं
खुद ही
अब इनका ये कहना है रेगुलराइजेशन नहीं होगा, कम से कम आप मिनिमम रेगुलर पे स्केल तो दे दीजिए। अगर इनको आधा मिलता है रेगुलर एम्प्लॉय का तो आधा दे दीजिए मिनिमम का।
जी जी
ठीक है ना। पिटिशनर contention is that petitioner is working as a part-time laborer in the office of district education officer शेड्यूल।
सर
डिस्ट्रिक्ट एजुकेशन ऑफिसर शेड्यूल के कार्यालय में ही है ना।
फ्लैट से जी
It is his contention that Honorable Supreme Court in the state of Punjab and others versus Jagjeet Singh and others decided on 26th October 2016 in para 56 has pointed out that India is a signatory to the International Covenant on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights, 1966, which provides for, and the Article 7 of which provides for recognizing the right of everyone to the enjoyment of just and favorable conditions of work, which ensure, in particular, within bracket A, remuneration which provides all workers, as a minimum, with Roman 1 bracket में fair wages and equal remuneration for work of equal value without distinction of any kind, in particular, women being guaranteed conditions of work not inferior to those enjoyed by men, with equal pay for equal work, semicolon, within bracket Roman 2, a decent living for themselves and their families in accordance with the provisions of the present covenant. Next slide. Taking this court through this judgment, it is submitted that state be directed to at least provide equivalent of the minimum wages of the regular post at half the rate as is admissible to part-time workers as is admissible to the said post. Full stop. Next, in view of the aforesaid Supreme Court, Shri Manas Mani submits that 2016 scheme is not applicable to part-time laborers. Next. After hearing learned counsel for the parties and taking into consideration judgment of Supreme Court in the state of Punjab and others versus Jagjeet Singh and others, and also being conscious of the fact that there are no directions for part-time laborers, but Covenant 7 of the International Covenant on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights, 1966. This petition can be disposed of, directing the respondents to consider petitioner's case for payment of half of the minimum wages applicable to regular employees, half of the minimum wages, half of the minimum of the pay scale admissible to the regular employees for the post on which petitioner is working as a part-time worker so that he can have a decent living for himself and his family in accordance with the provisions of the Seventh Covenant of 1966. Let this decision be taken by the authorities within 60 days of receipt of certified copy. This petition is disposed of. उसके अंदर रख दीजिए.
Great.